The State Department just released a fresh batch tenure as Secretary of State. Now, the bulk of the exchanges show Clinton managing daily operations, but they also offer a few behind-the-scenes views of how Clinton was approaching that new administration. In June of 2009, she emailed the top aide, quote, "I heard on the radio there's a cabinet meeting this AM. Is there? Can I go? If not, who are we sending?" The aide replied, "We were welcome to send a representative. I'm not sure if we have anyone going." And 4 days later, Clinton showed up for a White House meeting to be told it was canceled. And she wrote, "This is the second time this has happened. What's up?" Hillary Clinton releases her secret server for an independent investigation, end quote. And joining me now is the senior spokesperson for the Hillary Clinton presidential campaign, Karen Finney. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be with you.
What do you think about the idea that emerges in some of the emails that basically, as a personal matter, Hillary Clinton just wasn't that close with some of Obama's top aides?
Well, remember, this batch is from early, 2009, which was sort of early on in the relationship. It was not that far from the election. So I mean, this is the stuff we basically read about at the time, so it's not surprising. What I think is most important, though, about these emails is that they illustrate exactly what they said, we've said, and she said people would see, and that is a range of things, everything from wanting to order dinner to making sure John Podesta put on socks on a cold night to wanting to get involved in helping a 10-year-old girl who was trying to, a Yemeni girl who was trying to get a divorce, who actually and it was successful at that. So to LGBT
but Karen,
rights.
Does that at a certain point cut both ways? Because you're in a disputed environment where critics would say, if every email matches the messaging that you've been officially putting out, does it make it more suspicious with regard to what wasn't handed over?
No, not at all. I mean, look, she handed over 55,000 pages, and this is a first batch of about 3,000. Additionally, the State Department turned over, I think it's 900 pages to Mr. Gowdy for his investigation. So I think there is, but here's the thing, Art. This really demonstrates how far afield the Gowdy committee has really gotten. I mean, this is supposed to be about, this is where we started, this was about a tragedy that happened in Benghazi. Instead, we're not talking about that anymore. We're talking about emails from 2009 and 2011 that have nothing to do with what happened that night, nor does it have anything to do with the things that the ARB came up with, the review board that said, hey, here are the things that we can do to make sure this never happens again.
And looking forward, Karen, do you think if Secretary Clinton is elected president, will she require everyone in government to simply use only a government email address for government business?
Well, it's my understanding, actually, that since she left, that is now the current policy. But if we want to have this race based on, what are the email policies and what are the, retention policies, we can have that conversation. But
well, I'm trying to have that. I mean, I'm trying to have that conversation. What I'm asking you is what her rule would be. There are current laws that folks sometimes come into the White House seeking to change, and others they seek to hold. The reason this has become a debate was because she had a practice that was different than most government employees.
Well, actually, that's not quite true. Colin Powell actually had a personal email that he used. And again, I think what people forget is that a Secretary of State has multiple means of communicating classified information. Those are cables, those are phone calls, those are meetings. So the assumption that there was, classified information being communicated on this BlackBerry, I think, has been shown in these emails to be just simply untrue. Now, it is the case that after the fact, some of the emails were deemed as confidential and held back by the State Department, but at the time they were sent, they were not classified, and there was no way to know that that would change in the future.
Just to repeat the question, though, would she require government employees to use government email for government business?
I haven't had that specific conversation with her, but as I've said, in 2014, the rules, I think President Obama actually changed the rules. I don't expect that she would change those any differently.
All right, Karen Finney, thank you for making some time for us today. We appreciate it.
Great to be with you.